Where's his link to the fundraiser? What the? This is really getting sussy. How could you raise so much unless it's like super easy to get to?
This Organized Chaos video is brought to you by Gems Art Studio. This video is also brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello again. As many of you have known, I have a history with a little thing called Comicsgate. And what I've kind of realized recently is all the anti-woke, anti-SJW stuff in movies. This is just next level Comicsgate, much more popular Comicsgate. Comicsgate is focused on the comic books, but all the angles, all the arguments are the same goddamn thing. Now, why am I bringing up Comicsgate when I don't want to? Well, because it won't fucking die. So let's go ahead and look at some comments I've gotten recently. You could call this video a request. It's kind of a stretch, though. But let's check this out. Marvel, DC, IDW are dying. Not Comicsgate. Eric July, a black Comicsgate creator, has raised $1.2 million in just one day with his Ripperverse. Speaking of sales, as of Eric July month 2022, his campaign, ISO M #1, is currently over 10,000 backers, 1.2 million total revenue, over 1,000% sales goal. 75 days to go, campaign goal $1 million. This could hit 2 or 3 million by the end of 75 days. So sales are up on that end. And then, I dare ya, leftists, make hate on Eric July. I double dare ya. Now, as already pointed out, Eric July is apparently a black Comicsgate creator. That being said, Comicsgate is a racist, sexist, transphobic, all the isms. It's all that movement. It's anti-SJW, anti-woke. It's the worst of the worst type people. So, if Eric July is black and he's part of it, then he's anti-SJW, anti-woke. He might be one of the few racist black people. I don't know yet. I've not seen any of his content, but we're gonna end that streak right now. Anybody, and it's worth noting, anybody that says a black person can't be racist doesn't know what they're talking about. Anybody can be racist. For crying out loud, look at Candace Owens. She is racist and sexist. Okay, Eric July, Young Ripa 59. Is this him? He's got 500,000 subs. Hey, he's more popular than Ethan Van Sciver. I wonder if he's going to take a shot becoming the main Comicsgate guy over Ethan here. I wonder. Ooh, how often has he talked about Brie Larson? Guys think I should be like Brie Larson because I'm black. Brie Larson wants to move faster on diversity and representation. Cool. Like, he has a headache there, and I'm like, that sounds fine to me. A level head breakdown. Okay. Haha, you can't speak the... Marvel Cinematic Universe's hypocrisy for the love of white women? Strong female leads because reason. No, strong female leads because... Well, I mean, why strong male leads? Reasons, right? Okay. It doesn't look like he's full-fledged in the Brie Larson boat, but let's see. Okay, let's get the introduction. Is this going to be an actual video, or is this just a trailer? Let's see what we can learn about this campaign here. Well, he's got some graphics behind him, I'll give him that. don't know, lots of black characters in there. It's looking kind of woke to me.
ISOM issue number 1 is the first book released through Rippaverse Publishing, which makes it extremely significant. Though this is ISOM's self-titled book, it also serves as a launching pad for our entire universe. This 96-pager was written by myself, Eric July. The pencil and ink work was done by the great Cliff Richards, and the color work was done by Gabe El Taib, 2 comic book veterans. This book is part 1 of the Ill-Advised arc, and it follows Avery Silman, who lives right outside of Flores Park, Texas, the place where he was born and raised. Now, Avery is what is known as an accept, which is what common folk in this area call special people. Years ago, shortly after he got his abilities, Avery decided to become a hero of sorts and adopted the moniker ISOM. But a certain event had him come to the realization that this life was...
Oh, God. So far, this sounds fine. I don't have any issue with anything he said so far. But I have a feeling this event's gonna be some SJW mob went after him or something. Let's see. Are we gonna stay okay? Or are we gonna go off the beaten path? We're gonna find out.
For him. So now he lives on his own ranch outside of the big city. One day, Avery gets a call.
Oh, he's not actually gonna go into it? Then what, you gotta get the comic book to find out? Okay.
From his sister Altona. She wants him to visit his old buddy because a family friend that interned at her company, Projexis, has gone missing. That old friend is Darren Fontano, and apparently he has some connection to his family friend. Fontano has much changed since he was kicking it with Avery when they were, wee lads. Now he's a cold-blooded shot caller that isn't afraid to do what it takes to remain in his position as one of the most respected people in the city. This is a man that you do not want to cross. What was supposed to be a simple meetup with an old friend turns...
So far I'm not seeing what qualifies this as Comicsgate other than maybe this guy's content. This seems like just a comic book.
Into the longest...
Of course, I don't know. Like maybe it's like Ethan Van Sciver. If you've read some of Cyberfrog, I guess I've only gotten like panels, so it's not 100% fair. But he gets pretty cringe in some of that stuff. He makes a big deal about how that comic book is not political, but I would argue the way he advertises for it on Twitter, the way he talks about it on YouTube, the way he just presents himself, he makes that comic book the most political thing in the world. And maybe this guy's the same way, because on the surface, the way he's describing this comic book sounds fine.
This day of Avery's life, he runs into other accepts such as Santuan, Yaira, and the Alpha Court. And some of these altercations take a very violent turn considering his past with one of these characters. You can see why he tries to stay out of the city. Who is this family friend, and what is their connection with Darren Fontano? How does this meeting between him and Avery turn out? And does he get the information that Altona needs? How does this impact the psyche of Avery, who went from a hero to a now blue-collar civilian? These are all questions that will be answered in ISOM issue number 1, which you can now pre-order at Rippaverse.com, along with some other limited edition merchandise items that will give you some more insight on the characters, such as...
So, such as we aren't actually going to go into it. Oh, wait. We got a minute left, maybe.
Earth, a place with such interesting beings. Like many other planets throughout the cosmos, their subjects have needless squabbles. But from those conflicts, I've discovered some creatures that could be of great
kind of like a Moon Knight Spectre thing going on here.
use to our efforts.
Just in the physical look, I mean, it seems like they're presenting him like he's some sort of celestial, like Galactus Moon Knight Spectre.
I'm not quite ready for the selection, but after many patient years...
Oh, playing cards! Oh, cool. Yeah.
I feel it is time for more thorough documentation. This city is where we begin.
Like I said, I haven't seen enough of this guy's content, so, I mean, apparently he identifies as Comicsgate, which is not a good look, but
I'm Eric July, founder, owner, and writer.
Here, can we... Where's the...
I'm Eric July.
Can we find the, I assume, what campaign website is he using? Discord. Do I have to go to his website to find it? Where's the fundraising? There's Ethan Van Sciver, my best friend.
This is like a 45-year-old woman. It's shocking to me that she's only 29. She's got a lot of road miles. There's a lot of kind of just, I don't know, ex-wife about this woman. A lot of I owe you child support about this woman.
I'm really confused. He's fundraising for a comic book, but I can't find a link to the where's his link to the fundraiser? What the... This is really getting sussy. How could you raise so much unless it's like super easy to get to? Okay, Eric July Ripperverse fundraiser. July launches Ripperverse. Okay, so Rippaverse. Okay, Rippaverse. View latest campaign. Is that nearly 3 million? It's Ripperverse.com? Okay, this is super suspicious. It's not even like Indiegogo. Indiegogo is a suspicious website because they just let you like delay indefinitely and never like ship stuff out. That's what Ethan does. This is just an independent... This is super suspicious. He could literally be typing any number in here at all. Oh, this is suspicious. Listen, man, I'm not saying this is a con, but are people just handing over money to this website? This is suspicious shit. Why? I mean, at least Ethan has it on a third-party website. It's a sussy third-party website, but it's a third-party website, so you can, like, double-check and you know the numbers. He could literally be typing anything in here. I don't know. Is this a ripoff? I don't know. In fact, you know what? I am going to actually go into a little bit of my web design skills here. What was it? Total revenue. Okay, total revenue. So, total revenue, and above it should be the number. Okay, so the number, here is the revenue number that we see here. And it is absolutely just typed in. That being said, they might have a third-party program generating this. So it might just be they have the numbers, they generate the website, they post it. So this is not proof that it is not real. But this is suspicious as hell. Super suspicious. Like, this could literally just be, we're counting up the numbers, we're putting them in this spreadsheet, and we're calculating it out. And, every hour or so we update it. It could be that, or it could be a complete fucking con. Oh, aren't we so popular? It's literally any number we want. And that's the thing, this number, this almost $3 million number, could be anything. And he has a very strong YouTube. He's got 500,000 subs on YouTube. He could just be making videos about how popular he is. And then go to this website that's just something he has 100% control over. Every element on this website he has control over. This is just a .com he bought, for sure. Rippaverse. This is... I'm not saying this is a con for sure, but this is super suspicious. I would not give money to this website. I wouldn't. I got the Comicsgate mad at me again. Okay. Ooh. Okay. We'll cover Thor 4 again. Thor 4 is gay, and the thumbnail. It's the gayest one yet. Okay, let's check this out.
Apparently, a film critic said that this upcoming Thor movie, which I guess comes out probably the night that I'm reviewing this, but it's the gayest movie. And having not seen it, I already
not remote. Okay, so he has. God, I get sick of these fuckers talking about movies they haven't seen. Oh, this guy says it's the gayest one yet. Do you know? No. I don't even think it's the gayest comic book MCU movie, and it's not remotely the gayest movie, period. And what was that? Thomas Sowell in his background? Nice. The shitty economist. Yeah, you can look him up. He's awful.
already labeled it as that. But it's the gayest Marvel movie yet. And there was a film critic by the name of Andrew Freund who concurred.
Oh, yes. Let's get all our news sources from the Daily Wire, because they are, as we all know, completely non-biased. Daily Wire has no agenda at all they're pushing. Cool deal, yes.
Or rather, he said that. He claimed that. And Natalie Portman herself, who was playing She-Thor, is really agreed with the sentiment as documented here. Film critic, he asked Portman, who stars in the movie, if it's the gayest movie ever made in the MCU. I love that reading of it. The actress responded with a smile. Yes, I love that. I mean, you're on flying rainbows, or am I imagining it? Says well, that's talking about, all right, whatever. I mean, that is the core of the comic. She's referring to, look, you're talking about the Rainbow Bridge or something like that. Because apparently, man, the fact that they were allowed to hijack the rainbow was, man, that was impressive. She said, I feel that's where it's all.
They were allowed to hijack you mean the LGBT community? Yeah, how dare they take things to represent themselves. How dare they fight for equal rights? Those fuckfaces. No, nobody gets equal rights. Fuck that. Okay, so this is, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of unwatchable. Let's see, can we get an actual review? Not political. Oh, let's see what he says. It's a longer one. I don't think we can sit through this whole thing, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say, it's impossible to make something that's 100% non-political. This is just a fact of life. Every piece of art, all of it, represents society in some way. It represents the world it was created in some way. Everything. Ethan Van Sciver talked about how Cyberfrog is non-political. Well, if he pushes it to be non-political, that is a response to society and him wanting to make it non-political. And I would even say, like I said, his point of view is making it super political. It's super politically charged. But yeah, everything, all pieces of art are made in the time in which they were created. They reflect that time. It just is.
What's up, everybody? Yet again, I have to thank every single one of you. As of the time of me recording this, you psychomaniacs, we hit $1.6 million.
And like I said, I wish this wasn't just on its fucking website, because it looks very suspicious.
Thank you so much. Obviously, this is a big-time, organic, community-driven movement.
Is it? Is it? How many do you have a Patreon? Let's look up his Patreon. Does he have a Patreon? No, he doesn't have Patreon. It's all through ericjuly.com. Oh my god, he hides all the numbers. I'm not gonna lie, Ethan's numbers I always found were suspicious, because it always makes me think maybe this is some sort of money laundering thing or something. I don't know, but it's all very suspicious how much money he's able to raise. Is it natural? I don't know. Doing this, I've kind of figured out that, yeah, there's a lot more people who will buy into this than I ever thought possible. But the fact that this guy hides all his numbers under layers of website design. Like, it's impossible for me. Like, I can look at the source all day, and I can't tell you where the numbers come from for sure. All I can tell you is, just looking at this code, some sort of page generator made this number and dropped it in there. That's all I can tell you.
And it has been something to see as folks have come out the woodwork to voice their dislike and the fact that we are certainly seeing a lot of success. And before I get started, I just want to say...
But are you? This is very suspicious, man. I don't know what I think.
There's a lot of people in our corner seeing success. I talked about this a little bit on Tuesday night's main event. There's so many folks that have been able to, in the last just even year or so, when you see Nick Rekieta's growth, and you see, the Umbrella Guy, you see all these people who just deservingly so that are in kind of our corner of the internet, even in the comic spot with Ethan and everybody over there at the Comicsgate spot. Of course, on the other side, Neurotic is still killing it as always. Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy.
It's all the same. Comicsgate, Neurotic, Geeks and Gamers, anti-woke, anti-SJW shit. It's all the same shit.
Brian, it's so many folks that are kind of in our little pocket of the internet that have seen so much growth over the last, even just year. And I absolutely love to see it. This is meaningful. This is impactful. And what you are seeing with the success of ISOM 1 sort of campaign is that number one, we can't be stopped. But this is way bigger than just one individual. And it shows that, there is reason to be optimistic, And that's what I love to see the most, at least for me, when I look at the...
Oh my God. Okay, yep. Your comic book's super successful and we just have your word to take for it. Cool. What's his most popular video? Sort by... Okay, let's see what he says about Supergirl here.
Bro, what the hell is this? Let me start by saying that I know some people give some of the DC CW shows a lot of crap, but I personally don't hate them as much as some others. In fact, I thoroughly enjoy most of them, but I'm almost forcing myself to watch Supergirl. I'm a huge fan of comics, as you can see with all of this stuff on my wall. And before I started Supergirl, I finished all of the recent seasons of the entire Arrowverse. The Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, yada yada, all of that. I refrained from watching Supergirl up until the recent month because my bandmate told me it was full of feminist garbage as well as some others. But again...
No way. Supergirl has feminist stuff? I am shocked. No way. Supergirl? You see, I thought Supergirl would be a men's rights activist, right? Right?
I'm a fan of comics, so I eventually bit the bullet and started watching it. I don't want you to think that I can't watch a show with social justice leftist leanings. The other shows have that as well, but they aren't nearly as bad as Supergirl. And I enjoyed them. Supergirl's narrative, however, seems like it just took the talking points of the mainstream social justice left and put it in show form. If you haven't watched this and I'm about to spoil it for you, good. At least you won't have to...
Okay, I've seen season 1 and I think season 2 of Supergirl years ago when they came out. So God, I'm gonna be rusty as fuck on this. Yeah, it has some stuff like that. I remember thinking it was alright.
Sit through it, or at the very least you'll be prepared for it. So the first season obviously deals with the...
So before he gets into it, the big difference the Supergirl show does from the comic book is that it does essentially this is the Superman story with Supergirl. Which I think, considering they're doing the story without Superman, I mean, we do eventually get a Superman show later, obviously, and that show's great. Very good, actually. I really like that Superman show. I like it better than Supergirl. But... Oh, yeah, because it's just kind of setting up the Kryptonian superhero pretty much with Supergirl. It does it essentially with her being a Clark Kent-like character and a Superman-type character coming into her own with her powers and all that. It's more gender-swapped than traditionally Supergirl is.
introduction to Supergirl. You know, Supergirl's real name is Kara Zor-El, and they sort of mix some of the storylines from the comics for this depiction, as her alias is Kara Danvers, with Danvers being the last name of her adoptive parents. If you read the comics, you know that she went by Linda Lee Danvers, but anyway. Again, first season, you learn about Supergirl and you know that she works for Cat Grant. Now, this Cat Grant is a little different from the ones in the comics, which was obsessed with Superman and worked for the Daily Planet. Here, she's known as this sort of egotistical alpha and queen of media. And
egotistical alpha. I don't like. It's one of those things you don't like the way you're phrasing it, dude. But yeah, she's the boss of the. God, I don't remember. Does she work for a newspaper or does she work for just some sort of telecom company? I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, she's the boss. I can't remember the name of the actress. It's Ally McBeal, Harrison Ford's wife. I can't remember the name. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, we're looking it up right now. Callista Flockhart. Yeah, she's just kind of the boss, and she's more Perry White-ish. She's a lot like Perry White, honestly. Lots of this is kind of a gender flop Superman. It's not bad. It's a gender flop, and since what they do with Superman later on is they do a later in life Superman. Doing this type of story for Supergirl kind of works. It kind of flips it a little bit. But we've seen the Superman stuff plenty of times, so okay, I'm fine with it.
Catco, which rivals Daily Planet. Now, Cat represents this sort of uber, I'm a strong, independent woman type of deal, and I'm okay with that. It wasn't that bad for the first season. She's funny. I could even handle her sort of constantly taking shots at the right, though I was immediately alarmed when they did make Jimmy Olsen this black dude because, you know, diversity.
Yeah, it's actually a very different Jimmy Olsen. I'm not 100% sure why they act. Here's the deal. Like, I do not give a shit that it was a black Jimmy Olsen. And now that I think about it, I think they might have even said something like he worked out or something, because it was like a confident Jimmy Olsen, which was a little off-putting. That's what threw me off about him. He was confident. It's not that he was black. I think they say something like he works out or something like that. So it felt like more we're just dropping the Jimmy Olsen character in there to have the Jimmy Olsen, to have another familiar name in there. That's what it felt like. I don't give a fuck that he's black.
He was white as hell in the comics, but whatever. But I can handle that, and I can handle even the anti-alien storyline, which they went with, which was clearly synonymous to the current immigration conversation, but it was at least somewhat a little subtle. The second season is when it got bad because it was no longer subtle. Supergirl went to the crapper, and I can pinpoint the exact episode that popped it off. Season 2, episode 3. This is when they were hammering home this whole...
Have his videos gotten better or worse? I feel like this has more energy to it than the other videos we looked at.
Pro-alien thing, and I'm talking about calling a law the Alien Amnesty Act, which is centered around bringing the aliens out of the shadows. Now, you know these aliens are, of course, always under attack and being made to look bad, but it also introduced...
Well, yeah, it's synonymous with illegal aliens. Yeah, that's a thing.
This relationship between the police detective by the name of Maggie Sawyer, who is a lesbian, and Supergirl's adoptive sister, Alex Danvers.
Oh, I did see that. So you object to her being a lesbian. Okay. That's shitty of you.
This is easily the most forced, overly emphasized, and dramatized lesbianism I've ever
I remember thinking it was fine.
Seen, and it ruined the enjoyment of the show for me, but not because the characters were gay. That's whatever. It's the fact that they spent the entire second season dwelling on that, and it dominated Alex.
The entire second season? Really? Really? It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't remember the entire fucking season being spent on the fact that she's gay.
Danvers' character, and she was a pretty badass one. But it seemed like the only thing at that point that she had going for her was the fact that she was gay. Maggie sort of broke.
Well, it was prominent to her at that point because she didn't realize she was gay, and she was coming to understand that about herself. People becoming gay later in life is a thing that happens.
brought Alex out of the closet as she was sort of suppressing these feelings, as she had been attracted to girls since she was a youngster. But as she's starting to sort of put these feelings into perspective, she's having this emotional breakdown, having trouble coming out, telling everybody. And it didn't help that Maggie initially sort of rejected her. And she was the reason that I guess she sort of came out in the first place, because she was into her. The dynamic between Maggie's relationship with Alex and both of their sexualities dominated both of these characters. It was cool for like an episode or two. I can deal with that. But they let that run for 20-something episodes, and it was never about the fact that they were two people in a relationship. It was always about the fact that they were gay, and the writers made sure you knew about it. And as this sort of happened, it made all of the leftist crap more and more annoying, as they were no longer jabbing, I guess.
So, okay, we got the summary. Supergirl sucks because they had gay characters. Cool. Okay. It doesn't have the best writing, so maybe it had the worst, but like it really comes off. Like, tell me elements about the writing that you dislike. I'm not gonna lie. I'm done watching any more of this. This is tough to sit through. He's not particularly great. Listen, if you have an issue with the way a relationship is written, talk about how the relationship is written. Don't just be like, I have an issue because it's gay. And they mention that it's gay, because I don't know how you ignore that it's gay. Because it is gay. It's gay by its nature. But anyways, yeah, this is all... His whole fundraiser is so suspicious. I just gotta go back to this, because this is just... I cannot fathom just going to this guy's random fucking website and giving money to this. This is, see, can we get an update? How often does it update? Okay, so it's update again. Has that changed? 70. He's gotten over $1,000 in a half hour? Listen, I'm not saying this is a scam. I'm just saying this is sus as fuck.
They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't be.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.